So in this video, I'm going to address how to figure out what you did wrong in an assignment if you failed it and you're not quite sure what caused you to fail it, or just to make sure that you address everything that caused you to fail it. So the first step is going to be navigating to that assignment in Canvas, which should be easy seeing as everything that you need to work on is pinned here in our intercession module. This is mostly going to apply to the chemical reaction lab and the percent yield of iron oxide lab, since those are the two assignments graded completely in rubric form. The packet check, quizzes, and tests are all Canvas quizzes, so that's going to give you a little bit different feedback. Although for the file upload questions on both tests, I did add a rubric to the test, so I'll show you that at the end of this video. But everything about your labs were graded in rubric, so I want to show you that first. So click into the assignment in question, and the first thing that I want to make sure that you can see when you open that up is the resubmit assignment button here at the top. That's what you got to push in order to submit another attempt at, bringing this grade up to passing. But first we're going to make sure the document is better. Over here at the side is really where everything we need is. Submission details will take you where we need to go, but view rubric evaluation is going to do it a little bit quicker, kind of. I'll show you the difference in just a moment. And right in between them, I do want to point out, is a place where you can download a copy of the lab if you have no idea where it is. You can't find it in your Google Drive, you don't know what it's called. This will tell you the file name at least, so you could search for it, but if you still can't find it, you can download a new copy so that at least then you don't have to start from scratch with this original document, making a new copy and watching the video all over again. But we're going to click on View Rubric Evaluation. That's going to take us here where it's basically the submission details, and it automatically opens up this Show Rubric kind of window off to the side here. So this will show us everything that we did wrong. If we have our document open in another tab or window, then we can look at this, look at that, make the changes needed side by side. If you don't have your document handy, or you're not able to make those edits at the same time and you need to see the document to understand this feedback, you can close the rubric or just open up the submission details link that we clicked earlier, and you have to click this view feedback button, and that will pull up an actual kind of preview of the document that was submitted. And I might have made some highlighted notes or kind of some button notes around on the document as well, with some more specific feedback about things that you did or didn't do, and that'll give you some more help fixing it. But this will also let you see it while you're also looking at that rubric here, so that you can figure out everything that you need to change or update when you're finalizing this new submission. So that's where you're going to get most of your detail. You can see where you got full credit and no credit, and sometimes partial credit, and over at the side it will show you specific number of points. And if you're in any doubt as to where those points come from, that one wasn't as useful. But some of these have a longer description with a lot more specifics about exactly what I'm looking for and why you might have lost some points, so that you can fix everything the best that you can. So that is our rubric for an assignment. Now let's look at a test. This is opened just like if I had opened it straight from our current module. It would pop up like this, show me my score and everything, and even let me look over my test. But this in no place has the rubric that is attached to this test. I'm not quite sure why the assignment view from quizzes doesn't show you the rubric that is attached to it. So what we actually have to do is go into the grades tab that's over here at the side. And once we get to the grades tab, we can scroll and find this same test And you can see over here that it does in fact have a rubric attached. So you can click on that little clipboard icon here in the grades tab where you can see that rubric separately. But you can also click on the actual test assignment here. And this looks almost exactly like what we'd seen before, except it has that show rubric option here. So you can see all the points for each of these parts in this one. The total points should match exactly the points that you see in this file upload question down here. If I can make it all the way down there. So here, yes, I had 9 and 9. It keeps popping up every time I let go. But if I didn't know where those 9 were or which parts I'd made mistakes on, I might not have realized that my balanced equation was perfect. I don't need to fix that. It's perfect. I need to fix stuff in these other sections, except I guess not E either. So it'll help me focus what I need to work on, make sure I address everything, and once again, there's a longer description on each of them about where those points came from. Nowhere in this test is it going to tell you about the right answers. It's only going to tell you how many points you earned for each thing and point out the incorrect answers. So it's your job to figure out what are the correct answers and then explain why. If it's a word question or any kind of calculation question, I need to see the stoichiometry. But it says all of that in the test correction document, so I'll leave that there. A real important thing is to make sure that you correct the file upload question. There's a bunch of points sitting there, and so many people just give up on those points because they're not sure where they made mistakes, and so they're not sure how to fix them. But that rubric should take care of that. So make sure you correct those, or that grade is not going to be passing.